Good morning, everyone. Welcome to Dawn Mountain. My name's Jason Cox. I'm one of the students here that's in rotation for our Sunday meditation program. Just to let you know, sort of our order of operations here, we'll open with the aspirational prayers you have on that prayer sheet, and including the verses from Shantideva. We'll chant those. And then we'll settle in. Our meditation practice involves alternating between two different meditations. One's a sitting meditation where we'll concentrate on the breathing. We'll focus on the breath. And we'll do that and alternate that with another practice where we'll chant the syllable hum twice in one breath. So that'll sound hum, hum, something like this. And we'll do it at your own pace. And we'll all do that together. We'll alternate each of those, maybe 3 or 4 minutes, 2 or 3 minutes at a time. We'll read briefly from Pema Chodron's book here, Comfortable with Uncertainty. We cover a chapter, typically, a page per week. And then we'll close with another meditation session, and by dedicating the merit of our practice today to all living beings, and especially to those written in this book. So you're welcome to put names in. Okay. So with that in mind, I think we just can start with the aspirational prayers momentarily. Just take a minute to, just be comfortable. Okay. May all beings always have happiness and its causes. May all beings always be free of pain and its causes. May all beings always be pain-free and live happily. May no beings ever cling to those near nor spurn those far. For as long as space abides, as long as the world remains, just so long may I be there, resolving all beings' pain. Take a moment to settle. Find a comfortable and balanced seat. Have your back straight, but not stiff. You can rest your tongue just behind the teeth on the roof of your mouth. Feel the support that you have from the earth itself. You are seated directly over the center of the earth. It's tremendous support. Also the support of our body, our skeleton. And also of the central channel you can think of or imagine a channel running in front of your spine, up through the top of your head. You can feel or imagine how that's a support for you too. As much as possible, try to be with the body, not in your head. And you can just focus the mind on the breath, wherever it's comfortable for you. Maybe at the nostrils, or in your chest, or in your belly. And just feel what it's like for breath to come in and to come out. And just rest your mind with the breath in this way, at whatever spot's comfortable. When the mind wanders, bring it back gently and feel into the body and what it's like to breathe, that process. Now we'll take up our chant. Remember, one breath, two whom's. Everyone at your own pace. Be settled, relaxed. Be with the body and abandon any ideas you might have about what breathing is like. Just feel like what breathing is like right now.
Bring the mind back to the breath, to the sensation of breathing, wherever that might be in your body, at your nostril, in your chest or in your belly. How do you know, what's it like to feel your beginning of the breath, or the middle of the breath, or the end of the breath? Just feel into it. Don't think, and if you get distracted, come back to the breath.
I'm gonna stretch. Have any water? This is a good time to keep the book going when we get a chance. How's that? Okay, well, we are continuing our regular scheduled programming, our regular series of Pema Chodron's Comfortable with Uncertainty. We read one short chapter from this book, typically on Sunday. This week's chapter is called Getting to Know Fear. We cannot be in the present moment and run our storylines at the same time. Experiment with this for yourself and watch how it changes you. Impermanence becomes vivid in the present moment. So do compassion and wonder and courage. And so does fear. In fact, anyone who stands on the edge of the unknown, fully in the present, without a reference point, experiences groundlessness. That's when our understanding goes deeper, when we find that the present moment is a pretty vulnerable place. And this can be completely unnerving and completely tender at the same time. What we're talking about is getting to know fear, becoming familiar with fear, looking it right in the eye, not as a way to solve problems, but as a complete undoing of old ways of seeing, hearing, smelling, tasting, and thinking. The truth is that when we really begin to do this, we're going to be continually humbled. Fear is a natural reaction of moving closer to the truth. If we commit ourselves to staying where we are, right where we are, then our experience becomes very vivid. Things become very clear when there is nowhere to escape. I like the chapter a lot. It is scary, of course, to pick this one. She writes, impermanence becomes vivid in the present moment. What does that mean? Well, when we are sitting with the experience of seeing how our feelings or our thoughts or our experiences arise and pass away, how brief they are, we really start to get a sense of just how fleeting all of those experiences are, even the ones that we normally think of as continuous. I'm this kind of person or that kind of person. I feel this way or that way about something. And you probably feel all the different ways about it, actually. The story is only one piece of the puzzle. And when you see that, and when you see the impermanence, that's what we mean by impermanence becomes vivid in the present moment. And this is also why you can't run your storyline and be in the present moment at the same time, because they're two different ways of experiencing what's happening. When we're with the present moment and not clinging on to anything, it's moving by us quite quickly. And so we can't, that's different than when we, ride the wave and tell a story about it. So that's why she says we can't be in the present moment and run our storylines at the same time. They're two different ways of interacting with those experiences. In fact, anyone who stands on the edge of the unknown, fully in the present, without a reference point, experiences groundlessness, which is scary. Sometimes something happens in our lives that sort of knocks the ground out from under us. Maybe we have a really unexpected change at work, or maybe someone that's close to us is in the hospital. All that can knock things out from under us. And I think in the same way, when our meditative experience, when our being in the present moment sort of starts to break up the story that we had written for ourselves, sometimes that can pull the ground out from under us a little too. And I think that's one of the kinds of fear that she's talking about here. This is a very, I think the last paragraph is just very emotional, or emotionally resonant. And so I just wanted to read it again and just open it up to comments and questions. What we're talking about is getting to know fear, becoming familiar with fear, looking it right in the eye, not as a way to solve problems, but as a complete undoing of old ways of seeing, hearing, smelling, tasting, and thinking. The truth is that when we really begin to do this, we're going to be continually humbled. Fear is a natural reaction of moving closer to the truth. If we commit ourselves to staying right where we are, then our experience becomes very vivid. Things become very clear when there is nowhere to escape. So I don't know if anyone has any thoughts. We do have a microphone we can pass out. Comments? Raise your hands online if you feel like it. Gabe?
Anytime groundlessness comes up, it reminds me of a saying from another Tibetan teacher that I've heard from that says, the bad news is you are falling. The good news is there's no ground. And having had some experiences while meditating somatically, sometimes it feels like your head goes way up over something, or sometimes it's like the ground kind of disappears, almost like the vertigo kind of feeling. That's like a somatic, I think, representation of this experience. And pulling that to fear, like Pema Chodron is talking about, I've come to find that when I feel fear, there is a certain type of like unsolidness to fear. Like a nakedness. Something can just come right at you and hit you, which I think is part of this whole idea of impermanence, because anything we think is armor or solid is just going to get pushed this impermanent thing. So what
comes up? Just think about fear as an impermanence. It just opened my eyes. Maybe at that moment, it's hard to recognize, oh, this impermanence, this is happening. But it's just a different point of view of feeling, seeing, understanding fear. So thank you.
Mm-hmm. Okay, we'll get a few more meditation sandwiches in here. So, settle in your seat, be comfortable, relaxed. Take our attention to our breath and be in the body and feel the sensation of breathing, what it's like. Okay, so we will close with our dedication of merit, follow it with our blessing. And here we go, make sure I got all the names, okay? By this good may I swiftly once become a great guru, lead all beings, everyone, to reach to that very ground. With all of you in mind, we light this lamp of clarity. May the glow of love, wisdom shine within us, everyone, till we all rise forth born in one enlightened mandala. And we dedicate today's merit to all beings, and especially to Comanchos, Jose, Monica, Gina, Andrew, Ben, Betha, Yasia the cat and the bardo, Slot Garvin, Donald Haynes, Betsy Dovett, Gustav Tapia, Barbara, all victims of war, Ed, Tabby and kids, Tinky and the bardo, Bobby, Melissa, Margaret, Rob, Tony, JJ Albright, Sophie, Robbie, Rachel, Ben, Anna, David, Helen, Stephanie, Randy, Kay, Sylvia Ronaldo, Nathaniel, Emma, Leigh Penny. And we'll close with an ah said together and letting out all the blessings and merit from today's practice and sharing that with the world. Thank you for your time. Oh, announcements. Miss Emily.
So for those of you here in Houston, Rice University is having a free Dzogchen conference this Friday and Saturday. Our founder, Anne, has set up the conference with a lot of different speakers. So if you're interested in Tibetan Buddhism, again, this is a free conference. You register at dzogchenconference.org, and it's a great opportunity to learn from a lot of different teachers. Saturday, May 4th, is going to be a special donor appreciation event for everyone who donated last year. If you were a donor, you got an invite. Sunday, May 5th is our first Sunday. We'll be having Qigong at 9:30 with a special teaching at 10:30, meditation at 11, and a free lunch at 12. We also have a welcome event that day at 12:45 for any of you who want to get to know Don Mountain a lot better. Monday, May 13th begins our big Dzogchen Cycles retreat. That goes for a week through the 13th through the 19th on Anne's new book, Being Human in a Buddha 2. We have a second Dzogchen Cycles retreat starting Monday, May 20th through the 25th on Jitro, which is, I think, for the dying. Fierce and calm deities, and it's a practice sometimes used for those who are passing. So that's what we have coming up. Feel free to ask me any questions you have. Thank you. Bye.
Is the conference at Rice available online?
So the conference at Rice will be available online after the conference is over. They will send an email to anyone who registered with a link to those videos. So register even if you're not going in person. Yeah. Anybody else? All right. Have a good day.